things aren't good. As you can see, I'm staying in a tent now. I wanted to talk to you guys about, first of all, the divorce is, things are not good. Right now, there's an enormous amount of people ganging up on me. There's entire YouTube channels dedicated to trying to ruin my life.
May I remind you the countless lives that you attempted to destroy, Billie's, Ayalla's, Shiloh's, Regina, Sara, and that one girl you made 74 fucking videos on. What the hell? She told you to stop and you kept going, and going. Not to mention monetizing every single one. They say that one man's misery is another woman's paradise, but I guess the reverse is true for you. One woman's misery was your avenue of profiting. You sick bastard.
And you can't fake that. Just Google Onision, and you'll see hundreds of people bullying me, attacking me, ripping apart every aspect of who I am, and more significantly, who I'm not.
If I could make a list of things that you're not, it would only be as long as your baby carrot. However, if I made a list of things that you are, I could cover the length of the Nile River.
And they sadistically do so.
Billie, Ayalla, Shiloh, Regina, Sara, Billie, Ayalla, Shiloh, Regina, Sara, Billie, Ayalla. Nobody's gaining pleasure from this, Greg. We wanted you to stand up and admit to what you've done to the girls. We wanted you to show accountability, and so far you've shown none.
When I made that freak out video because I just got fired essentially from Patreon.
Because you doxed Billie.
There was a channel, probably multiple channels, that literally made reaction videos where they just laughed at me suffering.
And you took a camera and filmed Shiloh whilst she was having a seizure. But now you're taking numbers that people were laughing at your freak out video.
Oh, hi there, Kettle. Name's Pot. Have we met?
YouTube has a anti-bullying policy? Right?
YouTube, what the fuck are you guys doing? This guy has been violating your policy for years, and yet you all chose to stay silent. People have reported him non-stop. Channels have told you that you look into this and demand that you do something about it. You hadn't. What you did was remove the channels that reported on him instead of the actual person. Are you seriously that spineless? Is money that important to you that you'll obtain that in exchange for morality and integrity? Holy fucking shit. This platform is getting worse every year.
Yet there are literally entire channels that make more than $10,000 a month. More than $10,000 a month. Obsessing over hatred of me.
The number 74, Onion.
I got a call from YouTube. I did. And they said, oh, we need you to take down your Shane Dawson videos. And I said, the only Shane Dawson videos I have are fan videos, where I'm a fan of Shane Dawson.
You accused him of being a pedophile, you absolute fucking nugget. You had no proof. Wait, you had proof, but that was fabricated as hell.
Like 2012. And YouTube's like, oh yeah, this is really important. We're enforcing our new policy. And I said, oh, this is really interesting. This is really interesting. First of all, I'm happy to take down these fan videos where I literally just say Shane Dawson is amazing, Shane Dawson's a god, because I'm so sorry that I was ever, I guess, a fan of him. And I said nice things about him. They're like, oh, well, what about these videos where you were saying anything that wasn't fandom? I'm like, I took those down like months ago. They're not even up anymore. But YouTube calls me. And they say, I need to take down even these fan videos where I'm just being supportive. On a comedy channel. Where it's like a sketch, a joke. And then I say, oh, well, don't you think it's a little, I don't know, against YouTube policy to make tens of thousands of dollars ripping apart a guy who lives in a tent.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying? Oh my god, stop fucking lying.
I live in a tent!
Stop fucking lying.
And you guys are sitting there going, we're so much better than him! He's a loser! Look at him, this helpless person who has no chance of defending himself! Ever!
You had a chance. Chris Hansen gave you a chance to be on his channel, but you wanted $350,000 for it. So again.
Stop fucking lying.
Let's all, because it suits our agenda, let's gang up on him and bully him till he loses his mind!
Remember this video, Greg?
And then even when he loses his mind, we'll still kick him because we keep getting paid by Google AdSense! We'll keep getting paid! So we'll keep attacking and attacking and attacking!
Hi, I'm Regina Kai and I'm doing a cooking show. But first I'm gonna eat something on camera to prove to you guys that I do eat. Here are some cucumbers. Are you ready for me to prove you guys wrong, Freely the Banana Girl in Onision?
Everyone he's ever kicked out of his life conveniently decides to show back up and kick him while he's down! Oh, he's not dead yet! He hasn't ended it all! So we're gonna keep kicking until he doesn't exist! And then when he finally does, we'll laugh at him and we'll pee on his grave! Because that's the YouTube anti-bullying policy! That's what YouTube is! You made a fan video about Shane Dawson! And you gotta take those down! Where you literally just hugged an object and talked about how much you love Shane Dawson, you gotta take those down! They're not getting views, you're not making any money, but you still gotta take them down! Oh, and video after video after video, beating the hell out of someone! Ripping every aspect of their life and their made-up life apart! That's fine! Laugh at his suffering! Call him every horrible name! Every single terrible thing you could say about him! Say it!
There are approximately 1,010,300 words in the English language, but I could never string enough words together to properly express how much I want to hit you with a chair.
And we'll give you money! We'll pay you! Because he's not a person! He's not a human being! He's nothing! He's no one! The only people who matter are the people who 10-year-old little girls worship! That's it! Everyone else is not a human! They don't count!
Similarly to how you treated Shiloh, Billie, Ayalla, Regina, and Sara. You treated them for something less than they were. You treated them like your property. Fuck you, groomer.
I quit! I'm done with YouTube. I'm done with all of you. I'm done with the internet. You guys are disgusting, horrible people.
I may be a filthy human being, but at least I don't look at pictures of underage girls and critique them. I don't force a girl to have sex 8 times a day. I don't destroy the environment and I don't have 6 different girls hating on me simultaneously.
And you will always be. Because this is who you are. You don't care about human beings. There are people who get stabbed, and there are people who get violated and so forth, and none of you ever talk about them because they're not newsworthy. Instead, you talk about a guy who did nothing wrong.
Stop fucking lying.
And the worst thing he ever did was have a different opinion than you. And the worst thing he ever did was rejected you and said he didn't want you in his life. God forbid!
The word rejection. PinklyBee made a good video about Greg unable to handle rejections. I'll link the videos in the description below.
You can't handle rejection, so you have to maliciously, vindictively rip someone apart?
Again, Greg. The number 74.
You have to act like, oh, woe is me. I'm old. I'm just so, they didn't want to talk to me. Oh, they're horrible because they didn't want to talk to me. That's what I get for telling people that I don't want to be around them. That's what I get for saying, hey, you should stop bullying me on your channel. I've asked these people so many times to stop, yet they still obsessively attack and attack and attack.
Hi, I'm Regina Kai and I'm doing a cooking show.
While ignoring people who murder, stab, thieve, and otherwise horribly victimize people in a literally criminal way. Ignore all of them. Ignore all of them. Because that doesn't sell.
You said before there are YouTube channels that makes $10,000 a month talking about you. Whose channels are these?
Joe Smo, nobody in the middle of nowhere, constantly beating his wife is not news. Instead, let's go after the guy who has a friggin' opinion. And let's watch him slowly die. And let's laugh, literally laugh, and make over $1,000 laughing at him.
This is me laughing at you. Ha ha. Ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha. Honestly, if I can make that much money off of your misery that you brought upon yourself, I would be paying off my college debt already. Sadly, that's not the case.
Because everybody applauds and says, haha, they're not a human. We're all good people. We're all good people because we sadistically enjoy the suffering of another human being. I quit.
And later on that day, he was streaming. Guess he must have a pretty good tent.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying?